Hello, YouTube. It's Nathan again, coming to you to do another 90-Day Fiancé recap. And this episode, we just gonna get right into it. It was crazy, it was entertaining, it was ridiculous. We're just gonna get right into it. Alright, I want to start off with Bilal and Shida. So this episode, Bilal and Shida, they're still like bickering, like this episode we've seen a lot of Bilal's OCD-ness and everything. So it starts out Bilal's getting ready to go to Juma again. Now if y'all remember the last time Bilal and Shida went to Juma, it didn't go well. That car ride, and then him leaving her alone and stuff, that didn't go well. So this episode, Bilal's getting ready to go to Juma again, but this time Shida says she's not going. And she was saying, in the Muslim culture, the women don't have to attend every time as the men do or something like that. So they discussed that or whatever. And then, Bilal notices that there was a bobby pin in his couch. And Shida had put, she said, she always puts pins all around the places and stuff. But he flipped out. He was like, you don't put pins in the couch. And Shida was like, it's not like this couch is a deflatable couch. And he was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's a pin in here. It can damage the couch. This is an expensive couch. Or whatever. And, Shida was just going on, babe, you're making a big deal over nothing. And he was like, no, I'm not. And everything, so... I mean, yeah, I thought it was kind of weird to put, pins in it, leave pins random places, especially, in a couch and stuff, but did he overreact? Yes, but I do think it was weird. So later with Bilal and Shida, Shida is practicing, was doing something in the Muslim culture, Muslim related, and it dealt with water. Well, she had to, wash her feet and stuff. Well, she made a big puddle of water on the floor, and Bilal comes in and he just starts lecturing, like, babe, you cannot put water on the ground, especially if the ground is wood, because the water can really damage wooden tops and bottoms and stuff. And Shida was like, I'm all for a clean house, but Bilal is just taking this a little too far, and everything. So he had to clean up and everything. Then they open a drawer, and where all the silverware is at. And I guess the small spoons weren't in the right place, the big spoons were in the right place. So he was showing her how to put the forks in one spot, the knives in another spot, big spoons right here, small spoons right here. It was just, I feel like Bilal is treating Shida like a kid at times. And, Shida was like, you like lecturing me a lot, I'm not like a kid, but you need to quit with the lecturing, basically. So, you lecture me too much, And, Bilal doesn't feel like he's overacting. This episode, his OCD, I understand people who are OCD and like things a certain way, but, but I think the water on the ground was a little too theatrical, but, everything's cleanable in a quick time frame. I might give him a pass on the bobby pins, but everything else, he, but at the same time, it is his house. So, whatever. So that was Bilal and Shida. Next, we're going to do Emily and Kobe. Now, they had one of the worst scenes that you could think of right now. So, as we all know, there's living with Emily's parents. And, with Kobe not being able to work in the 90 days, he's, gonna try to find stuff to do around the house and stuff. So they actually do live on a farm. So Emily's mom and Emily and Kobe, they go out to the farm, and Emily's mom and Kobe start working on the farm and stuff, and they're cleaning up cow manure and stuff. It's not the most pleasant job, but when you're on the farm, that's the kind of stuff that needs to be done. Well, Kobe was doing that, Emily was really micromanaging. She was like talking to him a lot, like telling him what to do, how to do this, and he was getting frustrated. He was getting really frustrated with that. Like, he was just like, babe, just let me do this. And Emily kept on going on, oh, you should do it this way. Oh, you're not doing it right. You should do it this way. So they were just going back and forth. And then finally, Kobe had told Emily to shut the F up. Now, when he said that, I understand heat of the moments, but you don't tell your future wife in front of her mom as well to shut the F up. I thought that was completely disrespectful on his part. I understand his frustration with it, but it was just not pretty. And Emily, it is something how it looked. It sounded like Emily has never been told that before. So, she was just like really caught off guard with that. So she goes in. Later he goes in, they talk about it, and she was like, you don't tell me to shut the F up. Nobody's told me that ever and stuff. And he was like, I'm sorry, but you were just like talking so much. Oh, so you're mad because I was talking to you and stuff, but you don't tell me to shut the F up in front of my mom. Yeah, and I agree with that. Like I said, I agree with that. That was disrespectful, but they gotta work. They gotta work hard if they're gonna make this relationship work, because that was ridiculous. Like, and both of them keep bringing back the time that they were in China together. Oh, when we were in China, it was never like this and that. But newsflash, y'all ain't in China no more, and the honeymoon stage is over. Y'all got a kid. Y'all in a 90-day time frame to get married. He's in America. Y'all in real life. So y'all gotta quit dwelling on the past there. So that was Emily and Kobe. That was just, it was sad to see. It was sad to see. That I thought that was disrespectful, and yeah, you don't tell your partner to shut the F up. I don't care who you are or what's going on, But I mean, they talked about it, and I hope they don't fight like that again. So we'll see. So next we seen Patrick and Thais. They're becoming my second favorite couple, really. Patrick and Thais, they move out of Austin. They moved from Austin to Dallas. Now, Patrick and Thais go like on a date, and like they talk about their trip that they're about to move to Dallas and stuff. But the main topic, of course, is Patrick's brother John. Thais is so uncomfortable with John being around so much. And it's putting a damper on a relationship. Like, they're, besides the John thing, like, I haven't even seen them, like, argue about other things. Like, it's been, like, daisies and roses for them so far. Like, they seem like a happy couple, with the exception of being around the brother. So they moved down to Dallas. They moved into a bigger house. Now, John's already there. He already put a spot there. And Thais comes in like, oh, we're going to be moving that. And, Patrick's like, let's just all get situated. We'll figure it all out. And, Thais was upset because she felt like the new house is smaller than where they were originally at. And Patrick was saying, no, it's bigger. It's bigger and stuff. So Thais is a little upset because she feels like it's smaller, but she has like an upstairs now. They didn't have an upstairs in their last place. Like, so they're going to be at a certain spot all the time. And then, of course, still living with John, the brother, it's not going too well. It's not sitting well with Thais. And I think with that, I feel like Thais wouldn't have a problem with John if he wasn't like a partier. It just seems like that, because, certain people need housing, need help and stuff, and like some place to stay for a while. But when you're in the party lifestyle, and and you're coming into your siblings, partner's house and stuff and everything, that's gonna put a damper. It's not even like that he's like living there but he's not around. He's there all the time. He doesn't have a girlfriend, and it's just making Thais uncomfortable. So I see her point. I feel like if he was like not there all the time, or like not being a partier so much, like it wouldn't be so bad for him. So I see Thais's point here with that. So I feel like Patrick's brother John should like try to get like an apartment like close to them, close to them. He could come over anytime he wants, but just let Patrick and Thais like start their lives together. Like Thais left Brazil to come here, basically. So, I mean, I don't know. So that's just what I think on that, But right now, I'm Team Thais. I feel like she's a beautiful woman. I kind of have a crush on her, So I think Patrick is very lucky, very lucky guy there. So that was Patrick and Thais. Next is this cringy couple that I'm just having issues with now, and that's Eve and Muhammad. Muhammad is so gun-sure about trying to get Eve to convert to Islam, Muslim, whatever. So Eve is trying to compromise with him. She takes him to a local mosque where he could be around his people and feel comfortable and stuff. Eve even put on the thing, and she even felt uncomfortable. And she was just like, this is making me hot. This is not my religion. I'm just trying to reason with Muhammad here. As soon as I walked in the mosque, Muhammad told her, oh, you got to take off your shoes and stuff. And then, they segregated the girls and the boys. The boys had to go somewhere, and the girls had to go somewhere else. And so she was like, I had never seen a place so segregated when it came to gender. So, she's uncomfortable, but she's just like, this is what makes Muhammad happy, then it's cool. And that was nice of Eve. So, despite her being uncomfortable, she does it. So later, Eve decides to go out to meet with one of her friends, just to relax, to get a break from it all. And Muhammad was just grilling her and complaining, why are you going out? Why can't you stay home with me to watch a movie or whatever? Your friends don't like me. Your friends grilled me last time. Are you gonna drink? Are you gonna have fun with your friends? You shouldn't be doing that. And Eve was just like, I'm not gonna be gone long. I just want to have some girl time, And he was just like, okay. So Eve meets up with her friend. They discuss how he's been complaining about her turning to Islam, and she really doesn't want to do that. And frankly, I don't blame her because, it is nothing against the Islamic culture. I feel like this is more of Muhammad. Muhammad is just coming off very controlling. I feel like if he's wants Eve to do this so bad, he should have just stayed home and marry somebody who is Islamic, because this is not Eve. Eve is just so uncomfortable right now, and there's no law to say that someone who's not Muslim marrying someone who is Muslim that they have to convert. So I just don't get it. I feel like he's just being really controlling with her. And he's such a young guy. She's 48 years old. He's 25, and he's coming here being all controlling and stuff. What's gonna happen when they get married and stuff? I honestly don't see Eve and Muhammad working out, because he's just being really controlling. And he's using his religion as a crutch. And I think it's more him just being controlling, He hasn't really had a true girlfriend before, so he's trying to get his way all the time, and it doesn't work like that, buddy. So that was even Muhammad. Next is Ari and Benny. Ari and Benny, the veterans. Okay, so this episode, Ari decides to take Benny to a MMA studio to practice for MMA fighting and stuff, into a gym and stuff. And it's 2 hours away from their house, or not 2 hours, 45 minutes away from their house. They have to practice for 2 to 4 hours and train for 2 to 4 hours a day. So it's 45 minutes away. Ari had just took a job as a social media designer, remote job, so now she's working from home, taking Benny back and forth to practices and stuff. So he meets with this trainer, and they start, Benny does a great job, impresses well. So Ari's just like, this is our 90 days. Like, I don't want to spend it going back and forth 45 minutes a day for half a day for him to train him back and stuff. But, this has been extreme. He wants to become an MMA fighter. I feel like, I do think, like, it could, whenever he's allowed to, whenever he has a fight, it could bring in some good cash. Like, I don't think Ari sees it that way, but I think, like, and he has the looks, he has the skills, and he has the body to do so, so I think it could work out for him. And they had announced that he has, like, an amateur fight coming up, so I thought that was pretty awesome. Well, later in the episode, Ari and the baby Avi come pick up Bingy from his training, and he was at his last training. He was sparring with another woman who was another MMA fighter. Her name was Melissa, and Ari and Avi come in, and Ari sees Benny on the floor sparring with the girl. And, she told somebody to watch Avi, and she just storms in and be like, "Hey, you didn't tell me you were training with another girl. Who are you?" and stuff. She got in the girl's face and everything. Like, "Who are you?" and stuff. "Why didn't you tell me you were training with another girl?" and all that. So, and I'm just like, it's a gym, and there's MMA fighters, and there's all kinds of there's men and women train all the time. Like, he probably wasn't thinking much of it. And she was like, "Well, you should have told me as your future wife. You should have told me that you were training with another girl." And so he's like, "Well, I forgot." And I feel like, yeah, some people are gonna say, yeah, he should have told her, but I don't think he was thinking much about it like that, because, like, it's a gym. there's female MMA fighters too. Everybody's gonna be training together, or whatever and stuff. I'm sorry that Ari had to walk in and see him on the floor with another girl and stuff, but they had their main trainer watching them and stuff, and they were just working. So Ari comes in and storms and has a big fit and everything. I'm actually kind of surprised that the girl didn't pop Ari in the face, because, like, she, like I said, Ari came up and got in the girl's face and said that she's wearing fake eyelashes and stuff. So, like, what does that have to do with anything? And the girl was just like, the insecurities have got to go. We're just here training. We're going to be all fighting in the ring here shortly, and so we're just all training. Like, people's insecurities have got to stop. And then even the head trainer was like, I don't know what goes on in your house, and I don't like this energy in my gym. So they all left, and Ari's just, like, really yelling at Benny, then accusing him of yelling and stuff. It was just not pretty. I don't know why Ari got all tough, but I want to bring something back up with Ari. She's mad that happened, but let's just not forget last season when she was on the other way, when she was still living in Ethiopia, when she brought her ex-husband to Ethiopia to meet Benny and the baby, and he had bought her bras and stuff. So she mad about him sparring with another woman, but yeah, she had brought her ex-husband to Ethiopia. Who brings their ex-husband to another country to meet your future husband and your child? If you were already in America and stuff and just meeting up for, like, friendly meetup, that's one thing. But he came from all the way from another country to see her. Like, that did not make any sense. And so Ari, I don't know why she's being on Miss Tough Girl right now, but like I said, she's kind of lucky she didn't get popped in the mouth. How the way she just came in like that. So that was entertaining, to say the least. So then finally we seen Jabri and Miona. Now, so this episode, they go to Chicago. They're about to finish up this album. Jabri's in this band and stuff, and he got to meet with his best friend David. They get to Chicago. They drive. They meet up at David's, like, trucking. He works for a trucking company, so they meet David in the yard. They meet, "Hey, what's up, bro? And how you doing?" and all that. And then him and Miona, and they had mentioned that David and Miona don't really get along. They're both Serbian and stuff, and they didn't get along, and they just were at each other's throat. Miona says, "I have his best intentions," or whatever, and David is just like, okay. So then, later they go to the studio. Miona stays back. She agreed to the beach wedding since they came to Chicago. I mean, Jabri agreed to do the beach wedding since Miona agreed to go to Chicago. So Miona stayed back to look up some beach wedding prices and stuff, and like in a short amount of time, because their 90 days is actually almost halfway through. And so she's doing that, she's just trying to figure it all out. So Jabri's at the studio. Now, they meet with they had like a new producer in there that was going to help them finish the album. I was actually kind of looking forward to hearing the music, but David had mentioned to everybody, turn your phones off and everything. We're about to get to work and stuff. And Jabri was like, hold on, let me text Miona real quick to let her know I'm turning off the phone. Well, when he said that, David was just like, why do you got to text her? Why do you got to text her? She knows you're here. Why do you got to text her? And I'm just like, it's none of your business. Like, he texted his fiancée and say, hey, my phone's about to be off, he's just letting her know. It's not a big deal. I don't know why he got into business like that. And Jabri was just like, I am so sick of David talking about me to me about Miona. It's really like boiling my blood. I already have to go through this with my mom. So then, like, it's just getting on my nerves. Next thing we know, Jabri does this to David's face, and then all of a sudden they just start fighting and brawling at the studio. And we left on a cliffhanger for that. Now, Jabri had mentioned when him and David first met, they got into, he was an immigrant from Serbia. He didn't speak English when they first met. And David had put Jabri in a coma for a few days because he was making fun of him, and he basically got beat up. So they fought before. So in this episode, they're just seeing each other, and they're at the studio, and they get into a big fight at the studio in front of the new producer and everything. So I think I thought David was really jealous of Miona, and I thought that was none of his business. But that was just ridiculous. Fighting in the studio in front of a new producer that's going to help y'all be successful. Ridiculous. Jealousy, insecurities. Like, that's what this episode was about. Ignorance, insecurities, jealousy, like tough love. Like, it was all in this episode. So yeah, this episode was entertaining to say the least. So thank you guys for watching. 90 Day Fiancé, we're getting into the good of this. I'm worried. I'm not sure how many of these couples are gonna last. I'm pulling for them all. I really want all these couples to succeed. Excuse me. But the way things have been going, like nobody's gonna make it. It doesn't look like. I mean, I think they are gonna make it. And people say, like, with the fighting scene with Ari getting up in that girl's face and Jabri and David fighting, people are thinking, oh, the producers probably egged that on. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Yes, the producers of 90 Day Fiancé are not the best. I do know they make a situation more than what it really is and stuff for TV. So, like, I mean, the truth will come out when the season's over. But, regardless, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So, I hope they all can work it out, but I'm just worried. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be posting more videos. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday when I recap the next episode of Catfish. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.